In this video, I'm going to show you how I used some QR codes in the app Collage for my students to do some sorting of short vowel pictures that represented the short vowel of A and the short vowel of the letter I. So you can see here, this is the blog that I have and the website that I use. On here I have some resources if you don't have a place that you can find some free clip art pictures. But what I used for this activity is I used Bing. And one thing that I did is just go to images, and then if I'm searching for cat clip art, what I can do is I can change the license to free to shoot, share, and use. You can also customize it to how you want. But what you do then is you take and find the pictures that you would like. So if this is the picture that I want to use for my activity, I can go ahead and use that picture of that cat and continue on finding all the pictures that you need. So for my activity, I did 6 pictures of A words, which were represented by the short A, and then I did 6 of the short I sound. After you've found those pictures that you want to use, what you can do is you can save them to a cloud service. I chose Google Drive, and then what I did in my Google Drive account is I actually created a folder specifically for this so that I could use them year after year. So what I did is I saved those images, and you can see right here, here's all the images that I saved. After I saved those images, what I did is I chose to share them. And what it allows you to do is it allows you to change who has access to them. So you can make them private, which they initially are already private, or you can make them public with anyone that has the link can access them, or just public on the web. I changed it to where they can just view, and I also changed it to anyone with the link. You can see if you do that, it gives you this link up here, which is the important part. And if you look at all these, right next to them, it all says shared. That's because all of these images I already went ahead and shared for this activity. So when you click on share, you're going to take those links. So just copy those links, and then you're going to go to QR code generator. And the one I use is actually just an app within Google Chrome. You can see right here. So if I click on that, it's actually going to open up to where now I can create a QR code for that actual image. So if I click on URL, then I can paste that URL there, and right there is that QR code that I just created. So from here, what I'd do is I would click save, and then I would give this image a specific name for this QR code that I would save it for. Now, something to keep yourself organized that I did is you can see here I have all of the QR codes that I created, and I put them into a Google Doc, and I labeled each QR code with the word above it so I would know what this was when my students went ahead and did this activity. So after you've gone through, you're going to have to go again back and forth between all of your images, create a QR code using a QR code generator, and then I would save them into a document. That way you can use them for future, as well as just keep a master copy to print out for your students. So once you have all of these saved, you can go ahead and print these out and cut them out and post them around the classroom. What I did is I eliminated these words because I didn't want my students to actually know what they were. I just wanted to have a reference for them. But what I did when I was doing these activities is this would have been changed to a 1, and this would have been changed to a 2, and so on, so that the students only saw a number, but on my master copy I knew exactly that number 1 and number 2 were pen and pig. So once you have these printed out and posted up, the next activity is to actually set your students loose to actually try this out. So what we did is my students used, let me pull it up here, my students used the app Collage, and they also used a QR code generator, or I should say QR code scanning app. Here, let me get this up here and running. There we go. So they actually used Collage, and then they also used the app Crafter. And what they did is they took this app, and then they would actually go and they would scan an image that they were looking for. So they would scan that barcode, and then once they scan that barcode, it would load that image, and if that was an image for the vowel that they were looking for, they would take a screenshot of it. So we'll take a screenshot of this. And they would repeat this process. So if this group was looking for all short I pictures, they would continue with this process. If they scanned one that did not have their short I, they would just simply get rid of it, click close, and go back and scan the other images. So when they were all the way done, they would go into Pick Collage, and once they were in the Pick Collage app, they would click to create a new collage, and from here they can add their photos from their camera roll. And just for this example, I just did one, but there's that picture that they added, and then they can go and they can resize it, they can crop it, they can do whatever they want to make it their own. So you can see they can take and make just the image, they can make it bigger, smaller, but then when they're done, the nice thing too is that they can add text to it. So with this, they could go ahead and label it as the short I. So then all of the images on this Pick Collage would be all of the short I ones. And then when they were all the way done, I just had them go ahead and save it to the library, and then we would use them for future reference. So again, that's how we use QR codes and Pick Collage to kind of do some sorting of short A and short I words.